Hello, and welcome to What is Crypto? I'm Matt, and this is Crypto. Today I'm going to be talking to you about KASPA, ticker signal KAS. Now, if you're not familiar with my channel, I talk about KASPA a fair bit. I also like talking about meme coins and AI. So if any of those things sound like they could be for you, then smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Now let's get into it. Alrighty, so KASPA. Last we talked, we were breaking out into new all-time highs. Now, on both my Twitter and in my Discord, I mentioned the three paths I saw KASPA taking, and then I also made a YouTube video about that about a day later. So this was on the 5th of June as we were breaking into new all-time highs. People were getting increasingly euphoric, but I was being realistic with price action and what we were likely going to see. So I wanted to see one of three things happen. I wanted to see us break through new all-time highs and consolidate above. If we consolidated above, held that, and the general markets were looking bullish, then I would have looked to add at around the 18.3 cent mark. Now, this didn't happen. I didn't think it would happen, as usually after massive pumps, we have big retracements. So I gave my more two realistic predictions, one being a retracement to the 15.9 cents, the other being a retracement to the 14.8 cent. I also noted the 618 level, which came in at 15.4 cents. So it's still too early to see what's played out as the markets are dumping at the moment, but I did add about 30% of my reserve funds when we got down to the 15.9 and then broke back above it. So I did add those at the 15.9. Now I'm still holding around 70% of those funds, which I'd reserve for KASPA, for a retest to the 14.8 cent mark. Now, obviously we could go lower. This is crypto. If the general market led by Bitcoin starts being very bearish, then we could go lower than this. If we lose that level, I'm looking at a massive amount of support here at the 13.8 cent mark. If we lose that level as well, which I'm hoping isn't likely unless Bitcoin absolutely tanks, then we could be looking at some more downside to the low 13s to 12 cent mark. So I think I've called KASPA fairly well in the past. I was screaming out to buy when we were sitting below 11 cents, down to around the 10 cent mark. I was calling out for us all to be adding to our KASPA bags, and since then we pumped nearly a 2x. Now, when we got up to old all-time highs, I was calling for resistance. I was calling for a retracement back to the 15.9 or to the 14.7 cent mark. Now, we could still go lower, but I'm pretty happy with how I'm seeing KASPA at the moment, and I think relative to other altcoins, KASPA is performing pretty damn well. And although it looks like a fair bit of red, unless you aped in Pico Top and it was the first time you bought KASPA, or the only other time you bought KASPA was back here, Pico Top, then you should be in the green with your KASPA bags. Now, if you did ape in Pico Top here and here, not throwing shade at you at all, but it is important to note that after massive pumps, you usually do get a bit of consolidation. Now, sometimes you will miss the boat if you do wait for that consolidation, but the vast majority of times, you will get a decent retracement. So drawing from top to bottom, you usually get a retracement to the 618 level after a big pump. So you can use your fib tool as just a decent place to start about thinking whereabouts your retracements might go to. Now, it's definitely not an exact science, but it's just one way to have a little bit of a think about what levels you should be targeting. You can also look at major support and resistance zones, which I've mapped out over here. While that all might sound bearish, so if you look back, every time KASPA has massive parabolic growth to the upside, it has a bit of a retracement, consolidates, and then breaks back to the upside of that channel. So if you look here, broke up 50% of the way, consolidate, right back up to the upside. We're having some consolidation and a bit of a retracement, but I still do expect KASPA's next move to go up to around that 25 to 30 cent mark. Now, it depends on how long it takes to get there, but I really do see KASPA touching the top of this resistance mark pretty soon. Now, I think that'll happen over the next 2 to 8 weeks, unless we get something very bearish when it comes to Bitcoin. So looking at Bitcoin, you can see we've had a fairly big red daily candle, but we are coming into a huge amount of support. So I'm hoping personally that we hold the 66.6 mark, and if we can hold that as support, chop around there for a bit and continue on up, I think the markets, especially KASPA, are going to do super well. So we want to keep an eye on Bitcoin. We also want to keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance. Now, if you're not familiar with Bitcoin dominance, I'll run you through it pretty quickly, but I have covered it a fair bit. These vertical lines mark the Bitcoin halvings. When Bitcoin dominance decreases, as shown in this chart here, that means that although the price of Bitcoin is going up, the price of altcoins in general are outpacing that of Bitcoin. So what we want to see after the Bitcoin halving is a few months of consolidation and then a sharp drop off of Bitcoin dominance. Now that historically is marked altcoin season, and that, if you're not familiar with altcoin season, is the parabolic price growth that everyone talks about. If you are familiar with altcoin season and you've been through one, you'll know just how damn euphoric altcoin seasons are, and it is really up only for multiple months. Everything is green and it has you feeling pretty darn good. So what I want to see is a sharp drop off of Bitcoin dominance a few months after the halving. Now, what I am currently seeing though is an increase in Bitcoin dominance. So regardless of if Bitcoin's price is going up or down, an increase in Bitcoin dominance means that Bitcoin is growing more than that of altcoins. So if Bitcoin drops 5% and altcoins in general drop 10%, then Bitcoin dominance will increase. So I want to see us break out of this channel that we have been in since around January, I think this year. Yeah, since around Jan or Feb this year. I want to see us break down quite sharply, heading towards that 40% mark. Alrighty, so back to KASPA's price though. Now, I do think that although there is a huge amount of red in the market, there is nothing to be concerned about when it comes to KASPA. If you look around the board, pretty much everything is red. Now, that's not only in the large caps, that is especially prevalent. If you look at gaming cryptocurrencies, if you look at meme coins, and especially if you want to look at AI cryptos, they are absolutely bleeding. Now, I am looking at adding to my AI bags. I think this is some of the best opportunity that we've seen in a huge amount of time to buy AI cryptos. But this is a KASPA video, so if you want to find out my thesis on AI and just exactly what AI projects I'm buying, then you can subscribe to my Discord. It is totally free. I'll leave a link down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, although I am a lot more active on Discord. Now, it's got 50 members in the Discord. I'll keep it free up until we hit that 100 member mark. So if you want to join now, it'll be free for you forever. I cover a truckload of KASPA. I cover a lot of AI and a lot of meme coins. I'm super passionate about this space, and I'm super passionate about helping you all navigate the murky waters that is crypto. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching, legends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Let me know if you are holding KASPA. Let me know how you're feeling at the moment, and let me know if you want me to cover anything else in my videos in the future. Awesome. Once again, thanks so much for watching, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.